What's up? What's up?
Hello. Doing pretty good.
So, I am Donovan or the Hands. Obviously, we got Liam here, the other bass bro.
Hello.
And then I have got a friend here from Twitter who I've known for almost a year now, I think.
Right, yeah,
Name,
it's almost been a year.
uh, his name is CEL. He's a super cool guy. He invited me to his group chat. We kind of interacted before that on the timeline, and then he was just like, "Hey, I'm adding people to a group chat," and I was like, "Oh, can I join?" And we've been talking basically on
The
Twitter
rest
on
is
and off
history.
every day for
Yeah.
like about a year now.
Probably long time for real.
Yeah, that group chat. I mean, it's moved from one chat to another, but like
Yeah.
it's been around like pretty much the same people for like over a year, and the fact that it stayed active is kind of crazy.
Right, yeah. A lot of
You,
my chats don't end up like that. Usually end up dying off and it's just like yeah. But that one is pretty active, so
I feel
I
that.
feel accomplished.
Yeah, it feels nice. Like, well, it's just nice that there's always like people to talk with when you hop
Yeah.
on. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So, craziest thing I think that happened, not to date this podcast today, but bro, Larry King died. I saw that.
Right, I
Like,
just found that
Yeah.
out
yeah, I
earlier
like,
today.
I, I'm on light duty right now at work, but like, I got home, hopped out the shower, and then like I saw a notification on my phone, like, oh, TV legend Larry King has passed away. I was like, damn, what?
Right.
People have been saying, "Damn, he's still alive for years," and then he to have him pass is just weird. It
No
just feels
longer now.
weird. It feels weird. Like you can't say that anymore now. I don't know.
Right, yeah.
I feel
I didn't know
like
he was sick or anything, so I was just like,
neither did I,
ooh,
dude.
like,
It's
Yeah,
just
well,
why
I
is this
mean,
so
it was
sudden,
COVID, so they probably
yeah.
kept it pretty quiet for a little
Yeah.
while.
The thing with that's happened like a couple times recently. Like with MF Doom, we didn't even know he was gone. Like he had
Until
been
Yeah,
yeah,
gone
he
for
had
like
been
a
dead
couple
for a
months.
while.
yeah.
That
Yeah.
was crazy.
His family kept it hush hush.
That like hit like a ton of bricks. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
A lot of
That sucked.
people I talk to on Twitter, like artists and stuff, like Kill Bill. Well, Kill Bill's been gone for a while, but Rav was like, I saw him on the timeline, just super broken up about it. Like
Hmm.
Matt
Yeah.
Watson, it was wild. Like,
Well,
Yeah.
he was only like 50 too,
yeah, that was.
so
I
he
can't
wasn't
Right.
believe
even
that.
old.
Ugh, not that was not a fun one. That was one I was actually upset about.
Hmm. Same.
You just seem like a super cool dude in general. That's why.
Yeah.
So Sal, you watched any new animes lately? That sounds so
Ah.
gross the way I said that. You watch any new animes?
Geez, son, what are
Oh
your favorite
man.
animes?
Hello,
Oh
fellow
man.
kids.
How do you do, fellow kids?
um. Yeah, I started Fairy Tale like
Oh, jeez.
couple weeks ago. Yeah, because I lost a bet, so I was like, all right. Um. But other than that, oh, Psychopath. Psychopath. I started.
That's a
Oh,
great
nice,
one.
nice. Psychopath's
Psychopath.
great.
People kept telling me to watch Psychopath, so I was like, I will, I will. And I probably said that I watched it, but yo, this is heat. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, season
why?
one is so good.
Yeah, I was like, why have I not watched this earlier? Um, I finished Demon Slayer finally.
I've heard that was pretty
Um,
good.
Demon Slayer is great. Other than that, no, I just keep watching stuff that's ongoing, like Attack on Titan, One Piece, Black Clover.
Oh, One
So
Piece. For me,
yeah.
with One Piece, there was a while where I think I was still I knew Liam back in this time, but I don't know if you ever noticed it. Our
Mm.
school had a library, obviously, and they would have like just
Oh,
this
yeah, you'd
little
have the
section in the
manga,
front.
yeah.
This little section in the front with like a bunch of manga and shit. And they
Hmm.
bought like the first 30 volumes, I think. And I read through them in like 2 weeks because I'd check out like three per day and then just read them to like
Yeah.
completion. And I don't know. Lately I really liked it for a while, and lately I've kind of fallen off of it a bit. I mean, I still check in every once in a while and then like catch myself up, but it's definitely not like where I was before, where I was like reading
You
it
were
all
really
the
into
time.
it in high school. I remember all the time it'd be talking about the different battles and characters and all that stuff. I
Hey,
still haven't seen it. I've only seen like the dub when I was a little kid when that
Oh
came out on
God.
like 4 Kids or whatever.
oh no, not the 4 kids.
It was
Oh
it
god.
was so bad. I
Nah,
had to
4 kids
stop. Even
ruined
as
it
a
for a lot of
kid,
people.
like I
Yeah,
couldn't absorb it.
it was bad. 4 Kids was
Yeah,
was
and the 4 kids.
bad.
God, just
Oh,
think
they
about it
butchered
now.
so many anime.
God, just think about it now. Like even Yu-Gi-Oh, they butchered because like they had my man Kaiba in the real actual version, he was actually busting at people with a gun. But in 4 kids, it was a freaking Yu-Gi-Oh card. I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah,
They had
Really?
to tone it down. Too violent. Kids can't watch
Right.
that stuff.
That's tough enough.
Dragon Ball Z though, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, you got Dragon
Yeah.
Ball Z Kai.
Kai was
That
alright.
Oh
was
yeah.
It wasn't horrible, but I mean, at least the dub was like the lip sync was good, and like they translated it properly at least.
yeah.
But other
Yeah,
than
fair
that,
enough.
I mean, eh. They cut out a lot of stuff, but also a lot of it didn't need to be in there. But then they'd cut out other stuff where it's kind of like, well, eh,
Yeah,
I don't know how
I like
I.
my Dragon Ball Z uncut, so
Yeah, I feel that exactly. Like it's. I watch Dragon Ball Z nowadays more for the nostalgia than anything else.
Yeah. Dragon Ball Z, it has some flaws, I think, but I'm really nostalgic for it.
It's just is that one that everyone I talk to is like, oh yeah, that's one of the first animes I've ever or manga or whatever I ever watched. It's so good, yada
yeah.
yada. And then there's a lot of younger people on Twitter and whatnot that I see now where it's just like, oh this was never that good, and it's just like they say that about Inuyasha, they say that about Yu Yu Hakusho, they say that about Dragon Ball Z, and I'm like, what?
Crazy.
It's
How you
like
can't
it's like
say Yu Yu
okay,
Hakusho, man?
you also got to realize like this was towards the beginning of like popularizing this shit. Like
Mm-hmm.
you can't
Oh
like
yeah.
you can't judge it from today's standards where they have like all this budgeting and yada yada yada, storyboard writers and everything. Like half the animes that are out right now are like some of the biggest fucking like money grabbers for Japanese like media possible. Like One
I
Piece
mean, look,
had a fucking theme park. Like
Oh yeah.
bro, the Demon Slayer movie did better than Spirited Away. Like it's his highest grossing
yeah.
Yeah,
film.
that's
And I
insane. I
was
mean, it
like,
was
that's
bound to
crazy.
happen, but
I thought it would be One Piece. Definitely not Demon
Right.
Slayer.
I thought Stampede was gonna be #1, but nope,
Hmm.
Demon Slayer. And it's like, really, Demon Slayer just came out. You know,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
I don't know. Definitely, I like the movies, especially the more recent ones. Like the Dragon Ball Z Broly was really great. I saw that.
That was fantastic.
I saw that with my buddy T. I definitely, I don't know how I feel about My Hero Academia. Kind of. I just check in every once in a while, to be honest with that.
I like My Hero Academia. I think the movies were fantastic, especially the one that just came out. So
The movies look really well animated. I don't think I've ever watched one of them, to be honest. Like
you gotta watch them.
I I probably should. I check in. I always know what's going on in My Hero Academia. Like I'll like read like updates and like shit, but I never like actually read it or watch it anymore.
See, the manga's going crazy right now, so I mean, might to get on that.
Maybe. I don't know. I've been super into comics lately, to be honest.
Nah, what comics?
Nightwing. I've been
Okay,
reading a
okay,
lot of Nightwing.
Okay.
He's my favorite of the Bat family. His annuals are weird. Comics are weird, man. Like I've been reading comics and like I read them online because like I'm not gonna go fucking buy the comics. Like I'm not gonna go look for every comic in a series. So
Right.
that'd be crazy.
I started off with it started in 2013. So it was the 2013 run of Nightwing, and like it's on a site and they start with these 3 annuals and like it's like what the fuck is going on? Like they're all completely different stories from completely different times, and I'm just like, what is this? Okay, I'm done with that one. Okay, what was that? And then the next one, it's like 4 months later, and it's like, okay, what's this now? And then there's the next one, and it's like, okay, he got shot in the head and he forgot everything. What? And then it cuts back to, not cuts back, but then it's the beginning of the actual series, and it's just like, I can't tell if it takes place after all the fucking annuals, or if those annuals take place throughout this, or what. Like, I'm just like, what is fucking going on?
Right.
I don't understand what annuals are, but once I got into the actual series, like Nightwing 1, it's been pretty straightforward, but
Yeah.
I don't know what the fucking annual is, but they're confusing.
I think the animals just take like all the big stories and just put them all in one.
That might be it. But they were too short to do that, to be honest, cuz like they were only like maybe 40 pages long.
Mm.
And they only told about like one thing. Like with the one where he got shot in the head, it was just like,
Right.
dude's forgot stuff. He goes and visits Bruce Wayne and Damian and Jason and all them, and he doesn't remember any of them, and he hates them because they show him he's Nightwing and he doesn't want to be Nightwing. It's just like, what?
Right.
But yeah,
Yeah,
no.
nah, it's definitely weird. I think one of my favorite Nightwing, not story, but just like a scene from Nightwing. It's just when he goes has sex with Barbara,
Oh my
and
god.
then the next night invites her to his wedding to with Starfire. I was like, you
Oh
for
my
real?
god. Actually,
I was like,
I
for
know
real?
what you're talking about. Holy shit. I know what you're talking about.
Oh,
That was so
that
messed up.
I was like, are you serious? I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, Dick Grayson, they his character
It's pretty
was not originally
pretty
a man
wild.
whore and a horrible person, but they
Yeah, right.
they just
They
love
turned him
making
into
him
that.
that for some reason. I
Yeah,
don't know why.
it sells.
Is
It
that the
sells, you
same?
know.
Because that's Robin, right?
It's
Or
the
who
Robin from Teen
became?
Titans.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's
So they just make him into a man whore now.
Hmm.
well, less
Wild.
lately, but like from like I think 2015 to 2018, that was his character arc. And then you got Jason over there going through character growth and then immediately losing all of it. And then Damian doing the exact same thing, Damian Wayne doing that. Tim Drake just doing nothing because he's the unremarkable one. And
I mean, he was like the best detective, like Robin,
but then he
because he
doesn't do
found.
shit.
Yeah, he's just smart. Like it's just.
Yeah, pretty much. He, I don't know. I also don't. I don't like. I wish comics were less about that shit. Like just like the relationships and whatnot. Like it's fine to have it in there. Like they would wish they would make it less about that
Hmm.
because
Yeah.
it's kind of gross. But they're still fun. I don't know. Teen
I like
Titans.
I like the relationships. You know, I think it's nice to see the heroes, actually have normal lives.
Well, yeah, but also they go a little bit overboard with some of it. Marvel does it too.
Mm.
I think Batman ones are the worst with it. Like there's that movie
Because-
where
God.
Bruce, the same character, Barbara, Bruce gets with Barbara, and it's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. She was like what, like 3 years old when he was 21. Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh,
that's-
And that no, and that's just
Yeah.
bad writing by the people who made the movie because that I don't think that ever happened in the comics, like ever. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Not that I remember,
no, it
at
did.
least. Did it?
did.
Oh
No, they
god, that's
did.
gross.
Yeah, they did actually end up having some sort of relationship in the comics.
God.
Jeez.
Yeah, they love
Batman
making.
was a whore, man.
Yeah. I mean, well, no, he was drugged by Talia. He was drugged by Talia.
Drug by Talia, but then you got Catwoman, you got Batgirl, you got I don't even know.
Didn't he
I'm not gonna say
marry?
Poison Ivy.
Well, Poison Ivy just manipulates people, so like that.
Yeah.
Poison Ivy's fucked up. I just like they and not like I'm like she's a fucked up like they constantly fuck her character up, like especially in the movies. Like they just make it seem like all she cares about is money, which she doesn't give a fuck about money in the comics. She cares about her plans. Exactly.
Right, cares about the
She's like
environment. That's all
she
she
does
cares
all
about.
her shit to like further her agenda for the environment. She's like the successor to Swamp Thing to take over like all that fucking
The green.
the
Yeah,
green
man.
shit. Yeah, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I've been working on like my music lately though, and I'm like super feeling it now because I found I'm not good enough to make my own beats currently. I'm working on it, but I'm I'm getting there. But I've been taught like looking through beats on like YouTube and shit, and like
Yeah.
trying to find stuff, and like some of them are like obviously it's YouTube, so like some of them are like just like, oh, this is not very good, man. But some of them are like really good. And I found one today where I was like, just like, okay, yeah, I need to contact whoever made this. I want this one.
Right.
And I'm just like super excited about like finally getting this like EP just done and like stop
How
like
many songs are you shooting to have?
6,
All right.
Okay, that's solid.
How many are written so far?
4.
Dang. Yeah. All right.
We're getting there, man. We're getting there.
Well, on your way.
You were the
Right.
first. You were the first to hear about it, Liam. You were the first to know about it.
Yeah, I've seen a bit. Yeah,
Yeah,
heard
It's-
a little bit.
it's going, but it's a slow process for me because like I'm like my own worst enemy with this shit. Because like I was talking to Liam about this and it was like, well, I'll have something and like I'll have it there, and
Right.
then like I'm like, oh, that's not good enough, and then I'll just completely redo it. Like I've done that with one song like 3 or 4 times now. Like the original title I think was like 2020 Killed the Immortal, and I was like, I don't really like that. And then it was Schreiber, and then I was like, I don't really like that either. And then like the song I had actually written, I was like, I mean, it's okay, but it's not good enough for me, and it's just
Right. No, I feel
I'm
that.
doing that shit too much.
Yeah.
I need to learn to find something and stick with it, because like postponing it over and over again, or not postponing it, but redoing it over and over again, I feel like isn't the right.
Yeah, at the end
method
of the
either.
day, it's got to come out. At
Yeah,
some point,
exactly.
you have to finish it. And it's
Yeah.
never going to be perfect, because there's no such thing as a perfect anything.
I'm the first. Releases the perfect EP. Rises to stardom instantly. And then falls right back down because he doesn't ever come out with music again. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. It's just been... This year's been kind of crazy already, y'all. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely,
Man.
yeah. I mean, 2020 didn't end when the year ended, so to speak.
we
Yeah, it just
really
kept on
wanted it
going.
to. We
Yeah,
really wanted it
continuation.
to.
Wouldn't that have
2020
been
part
great?
2.
You just wake up January 1st and like the virus is gone, everything's fine, no more problems.
Man, I wish.
All Cheeto Man's problems are gone too. He who shall not be named.
Yeah.
We're finally done with him. Like, we're done with him. I can. Oh, you know what? No, fuck it. I'll openly speak out against that. Fuck that dude. I hate Cheeto Man. Like, I'm so
Most
happy he's
definitely.
out of office. What?
Most definitely. I can't. Oh man, everything that happened in the Capitol, I was just like, you know what? You know, you gotta go. Like, you overstayed your
Yeah.
welcome.
Yeah. Absolutely. I would, especially
God.
that he riled them up, bro. Like, what? What are you doing?
Right. He sent them over there. That's really what happened.
Yeah.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
And now they're all left without a pardon, so.
Yeah, he's gone now. He can't pardon those people if he was
Nope.
planning to.
No, he probably was. I'm surprised he didn't. I'm surprised that wasn't his last ditch effort.
Well,
Last thing I'm gonna
I
do
don't
before
think he
get out of
actually
office.
gave a shit about any of the people who stormed the Capitol.
He
It just
didn't.
was-
He didn't care about his own people that were there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, any attention is good attention to him. So it just
Yeah.
had people saying his name a lot.
I still think his address to those people was really funny. You're very special, but you need
Oh
to
my
go
God,
home now. Like, you're very
Just
special.
watching that live as shit was happening.
I,
Oh my God.
I was just shaking my head, dude. I was like, wow, you're very special, huh? Special indeed, my friend.
Yeah, very special. Yeah.
You are not my friend, though. It was so stupid. You think I'll get copyright striked if I put him saying you're very special in as a clip, Liam?
Maybe.
I feel like you would.
You probably would.
I can see him doing that. I'd love to use like clips and make fun of him, but like I'm not gonna use clips of him. I'm just not gonna. I
Gotta
try to
give him
put
too much publicity.
Yeah, I try to put clips in the podcast to not just have it like a blank screen and stuff. But if I ever get it on Spotify, I should probably stop doing that because then the people on Spotify are like missing out or whatever. I don't know.
Mm.
But then
Well,
that
no,
may,
then it's just sound bites.
then it
And if they know the meme, they can picture it like in their mind's eye.
yeah. But then also it like incentivizes people to come over to YouTube, which is where like it really matters. Like that's where the ad revenue really comes in.
Yeah.
I was watching something super super cool actually recently. I watched this
What?
guy who's like he's just like basically made a formula for himself of how to like succeed on Twitch, YouTube and all this stuff. And he's just followed it and it's worked for him.
Yeah.
And so he was talking in his latest video about how he wasn't saying this to brag. He was just saying this as an example of like how if you stick to something it can work. So he was talking about how he makes passive income of $150,000 a month of passive income. So he was talking about how he commissioned, I think, 10 to 12 artists to make like just non like copyrightable music for a playlist for streamers to play in the background of their streams.
Oh.
So he made like something like he had them make like 50 or something songs each. So he ended up with like 400 at the end of the day, and he just threw them on a playlist on Spotify. And he talked about how Spotify revenue works and all this stuff. And he said he invested $40,000 into this, and it took 4 to 5 months for him to see any sort of return from it. But he just kept going with it, kept investing in it, and eventually, because like usually on Spotify, people will listen to one song. Maybe when a new album comes out, they'll listen to the whole album, and like that's still probably less than an hour of listening. But with streamers, they're throwing that playlist on, and they're having that play through their entire stream. So he's like that's like 3-4 hours of like music that belongs to him being played. So he's making money off of that all the time from streamers just using his music on Spotify, using it. And it's just like, how did you even come up with that? That's such a good idea. Like, and like he came up with it because Twitch has been such a dick about like DMCA takedowns and stuff like that lately. So he was well,
they've been awful with that.
Oh my god, it's so bad. But he's like, well, guess what? I'm gonna do this so streamers can have music and don't just have a silent stream. And it was just like, wow, like that's a genius idea. Because it was like apparently bad before, but now it's gotten like terrible. So like he got this idea a long time ago and started it, and apparently he like released it right as like things started to get like worse. So like he hit it right at the perfect time. This is that guy who has that $2,000 blue mic, by the way, Liam, that I was showing you. He's a really cool guy. He makes like videos that are like just analyzing like how, not necessarily foolproof way to succeed, but like how he did it and how he's analyzed it and like
methods that could help you succeed.
Yep, exactly. And like a lot of the stuff he says is just like, oh, I never would have thought of that. Like never, he says never, ever, ever multi-stream if you're going to stream. Because if you multi-stream, you're taking viewers from Twitch and they're over on Facebook instead. And if you're talking to your Twitch viewers, the people viewing on Facebook have no idea what the hell you're talking about. And like they don't see that chat log over on Twitch and shit. You just...
Right.
This guy's just like actually kind of smart.
Yeah, I was so upset when I found out that you couldn't like play music on Twitch, like when you
Oh,
stream. I was like, bro, I was just about to do that. Like,
yeah.
what?
Well, that's what made me so happy about when not my, he's not my buddy, but that my favorite rapper, Rav, was like, yeah, go ahead, use my music. Here's a playlist. This should all be
Mm,
safer on Twitch. And I was like, oh, thank God. Like, cause like I love his
right.
music and I love playing it. So it was just like, I got really lucky. But like with all these other people, like I think I got almost a whole video silenced. Like they took out all the audio from it because I played like a 2 minute like song of Drake's,
Mm-hmm.
because apparently Drake used to be safe for Twitch but not anymore. I was just like,
Yeah,
God,
pretty much nothing like that is safe for Twitch anymore.
it's stupid. And it kind of makes sense, but still, it's dumb. Like, why? It's just giving your music publicity. It's not like I'm. It's not like I'm directly making money from your music. People are coming to my
Right.
streams for me, not for your music. You just happen
Right.
to be playing in the background. And like, if anything, a lot of the people who come to my streams probably don't listen to your music. So, especially people like that, because like a lot of the people I know, maybe T does, but a lot of people I have come to my stream are like people from like Liam's stream, like I told you about, with like Wolf Girl. Not this Liam 6, a guy I watch on. That got confusing.
Yeah, different person.
Different person. I have people, because like I'm always over at this guy Liam 6's streams, and I donate to subs to him all the time, and like I'm always over there. People come over because like they're like, oh, you stream, because I'll raid him, and then like these people come over and they're like all like nerds like us, but more on like, I don't know, the video game side of nerd, like
Right.
specifically video
Yeah.
games. I think that's a safe way to say it. And like they probably haven't heard of music, like, well, they've heard of it, but they don't actually listen to music from like Drake and like Lil Wayne and people like that. Like, so it's like free publicity for your music. Like,
Right.
it's giving your music a second chance with people who probably wouldn't have listened to it anyway. Like, and maybe they find one that they like, so they listen to it more. You never know. I don't know. That's how I see it. Like, if my music ever gets popular, I'm never going to have it like get taken down on from people's streams or like videos or whatever. Like, I just find that so stupid. I went off on a tangent, like hard there.
I mean, I definitely think that like get it taken down if they're making money off it, you're not getting any of the profit. You
Oh,
know, but
like
if
if
it's
they just
just
re-upload the song, yeah.
yeah,
I don't know, man. It's a little bit silly how unfair it's become towards people who just want to use the music,
mm-hmm.
like for like supplement, not like just like they're not just like posting your song again. They're like using it as a supplement or like in the background or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
and like they have no argument like if it gets claimed. Like they don't even get a chance to, unless they want to go to like literally go to court about it. And like no one in their right mind is going to go to court about that unless they have the biggest viral video ever because of it. And in that case, I don't know. It's just that kind of stuff has made it really annoying on Twitch and stuff like that, you know? Like YouTube, it started there. It's slowly bled into
mm-hmm.
Twitch. YouTube's the worst with it though, if we're
Yeah.
gonna be real.
YouTube is so quick to snipe people. Like they waste no time. A trailer, anything.
You wanna know the dumbest shit?
Mm.
So I was playing my buddy Kinden's music in the background a long time ago on YouTube. Back when I streamed in college, Liam, you remember I would play like
Yeah.
Binding of Isaac and shit. So I would have Kinden's music play every once in a while, who I got an okay from to play it. And apparently Nintendo claimed the video saying it was theirs because Kinden had "It's a me" at the beginning of one of the
Mm-hmm.
videos.
Yeah, Nintendo is brutal. They will get you for anything.
2K is another one. They'll get you for anything too.
2K, really?
Yeah.
That's
What?
lame.
Yes. Like 2K don't mess around.
That's super lame. I haven't played 2K in a while. I was super into it back in like, I think the most I was into it was like 2015, 2016.
Mm. Yeah, nah, I gave up on 2K. Like after 2K20, I was like, yeah, not. I'm not. I'm gonna move to FIFA.
Oh Lord, FIFA. I've heard that game is the online is pretty toxic. But
See, I haven't played online, but that's funny.
I've heard it's bad. I've heard it's like League of Legends bad almost.
Oh
What?
boy.
On FIFA? Like, come
Yeah.
on, it's soccer. Like, how can you?
I mean, League of Legends is just a video game. Like half the time, the people who are getting angry aren't even playing like competitive. They're not playing like
Right.
ranked or anything. They're playing a normal, and like these people are getting horribly pissed. Like they'll type in chat. Like I'll say like if I'm in like a Discord chat with my buddies and we're all playing and we have a random and he's just being an idiot, I'll say in our Discord chat, like our Discord call, like, oh fuck this guy, blah, blah, blah. I'll never type it anymore. Like,
Yeah, like in
Right.
private. You're
Like
not
when
gonna like try and ruin someone's day because they're playing a game badly.
no, like I did that at the very beginning of my League of Legends career when I was in high school, and then like after that I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that anymore.
Everyone falls into it.
At some point I did, and then I was like, this is stupid. Why do I care?
Yeah.
That bro, like you guys, man, 2K online, like that is so toxic. Like,
What is it with video
They-
games though? Like online, like people love being toxic towards each other in video games online.
well, because it's online, you know. It's like, oh, they can't do anything to me, so I can. Do what I
Yeah,
want,
you're
you know?
you're anonymous.
Oh
Right.
my god.
Like Call of Duty. Call of Duty's the worst.
Oh,
Oh
Call
my
of
God,
Duty's
Call of
always
Duty's
been the
2K and
worst.
Call of Duty is probably the most toxic online like games. Like,
Yeah. I remember.
Oh.
So, go ahead. Sorry, Sil.
oh no, I was gonna say like Black Ops 2, like back in those days. Oh,
Oh.
man,
Remember Modern
2
Warfare
servers were
2?
terrible. Yeah.
People
Yeah,
got
Modern
too good at
Warfare
that
did
game. That was one that people got way too good at. And like I couldn't even really play. I was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna play the single player. I'm just
Oh, you gonna do the campaign and that's gonna be it.
Well, no, they had no, that was Modern Warfare 3. They had the zombies clone where it was like you were standing off against like other soldiers in like one area or whatever. I don't remember what
Yeah.
it was called.
Nah, I forgot what it was.
But that was fun. I'd have my buddy Brendan over all the time and like we'd just play that or Halo 3. Halo 3 never got old for me, to be honest. Like back in those days. I owned and played that game from its release to like I still have it. I never sold it. And like I'll pick it up every once in a while just to play through the campaign cuz like Halo 3 was a good game. Halo 3 was so much fun.
Yeah, yeah.
That one's usually regarded as the best, right?
I
Or is it
think so.
Halo 2?
I think Halo 2 and Halo 3 are regarded as the best usually. Then there's the people who are super nostalgic for the first one, but the general consensus I think is that 2 and 3 are the best. To my knowledge.
I remember playing Halo on 360. I don't remember which Halo that was.
I think that it was either Reach or 3 or ODST. But
I think it was either 3 or Reach.
ODST is usually regarded as like just like a fun side thing. It's like, I mean, this isn't good or bad, but it's fun. Because like
Which ones are the bad ones?
4, 5. I've heard that those are both very bad. People didn't really like Halo Wars. Like there's like the small cult following that really liked it because they already like strategy games, which is fine. Like strategy games are great, but like people were waiting for a new Halo and they got Halo Wars, so it was kind of like, well, what did you expect to happen?
Yeah, no, Halo Wars was.
I mean, it's a good strategy game. That's what it is, but it's not Halo. So like people were mad. Like,
right.
it's like this is not me going around with an energy sword or gravity hammer like killing people. So yeah, I don't like this. Like I mean, and like a lot of the people who were playing Halo back in those days were like younger people, like and like high schooler, middle schoolers, like, well, what the hell? Where's my Halo kind of thing? Because
Right.
I didn't know very many like people my age back then that liked strategy games. Like there are a couple people obviously, but like most people it was like, oh, first person shooters, and like I'd always kind of just be there like, I mean, they're all right. I like Borderlands. I'd
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd usually just play first person shooters back in middle school and high school just because other people I knew played them. That was how it was for me. And I
Mm.
and in middle school, the worst part was like I didn't play video games with anyone. Like I didn't me and Liam weren't super close in middle school. So like I had nobody really to play video games with. And then
Right.
finally in high school, me and Liam
Yeah.
got to know each other better and we started playing video games together just for fun. That was nice, but like elementary school, middle school, I don't know. I never really had anyone to play video games with because everybody liked
There
first
was
person
no one
shooters.
into like Zelda or Mario or anything like that.
No,
Mm.
especially at our school, man. Like
I felt like
everyone,
no one played video games or watched anime. If you did either of those things, you were like, it was like weird or cringy.
yeah, I felt that way too. Like
It definitely was like definitely when I was in high school. It was like you watch anime, like they really had us secluded. Like okay, that was the weird kids table. Like they played
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh and watched anime and read manga. Like you guys are weird. Like you guys stay on that side of the cafeteria. Like
But then you're an adult. It's like, oh wait, I don't have to give a shit what people think about this.
right,
You
there's
can go
people
up to that
freaking
person
older than
and just-
me. You know.
you can go up to that person, just flip them off, and walk away. 'Cause you're an
Yeah,
adult.
exactly.
Right.
There's
That's
no
true.
teacher to get you in trouble.
Right. That's very true.
Yeah. I still play Yu-Gi-Oh every once in a great while. I played it on stream. I love Yu-Gi-Oh.
Mm.
I love that game.
Yu-Gi-Oh's. I love you. I love Yu-Gi-Oh. I haven't actually played the card game in so long. Like,
Oh, it's crazy now. I mean, it's
there's
crazy.
so many rule
crazy.
changes. I'm just like, damn, I don't even fucking know.
Dude,
like,
I had just. You're telling me? I went to Nats and I had just gotten used to Master Rule 4, and we're in Master Rule 5 now. And then just like. Okay. Like, it changed. The changes are so annoying because it's just. It's like technically a small part of the game changed, like just one part of it, but it changes everything. And it's just like, oh.
What did they change?
So, Link monsters came into Yu-Gi-Oh, which meant that you could only special summon monsters from the extra deck to zones that those Link monsters pointed to. Now they said, fuck that. You can summon as many monsters from the extra deck as you want, as long as they're not Link monsters. Like, you can summon them to anywhere on the field. Obviously not your opponent's side of the field, but and first of all, that opens back up so many old decks to like have some sort of like some form of being viable in current game status. But also that means link strategy, like how it was before, like for linking, is technically weaker now because you have to use more to get link monsters out. You can't just play a spell card to get a link monster out. You have to link summon the monster. And like you can just play Red Eyes Fusion and get a card called Dragoon out, which is it can't be targeted by effects, can't be destroyed by battle, and like it can destroy one card on your opponent's side of the field and blah blah blah. It's like
it's a freaking cheat code. Like
oh that monster, unless you are playing an absolute meta deck and draw the right card in that meta deck, you can't get rid of it. It's such a strong card, and it's the cool part about it is it's a Dark Magician Red Eyes monster. So like it's like a callback, but it's also like this card fucking sucks and I hate it. Like it's really strong, and like all a person has to do is get this card out, and they're good for a couple turns if you don't have the right card, or they just win sometimes.
That was like when they introduced like when GX was a thing, and they introduced like Ubel and all those cards, and it was just like, and all the Cyber Dark
Oh,
cards.
Cyber Dragon was so
It was just like
stupid back in the day.
I was like that was broken. Like that was really like a hack. You
Cyber
could take off
Dragon.
all the machines and some of this strong ass fusion
Mm-hmm.
machine monster, and it's like it'll have like so much attack and defense. It's like
Mm-hmm.
how you stop that? And it
You
can
want it?
attack you like so however many cards you like got rid of, it can attack that many times. It was
Oh
like
my god.
oh
Yeah.
my god, power bond, all that shit was just terrible.
You want to know something crazy?
mm.
Last year, so 2020, and I believe 2019 as well, Cyber Dragons were still a viable strategy, and they won a YCS, which is a Yu-Gi-Oh! Championship series. So like there were like 300, 400 people at that event.
Yeah.
I believe they won. Hold on.
Wow.
But yeah, no, that's a card. That's a strategy that was bad. I mean, they've gotten support since then, but not much lately. I think their newest card is like Cyber Dragon Nova or something, which is an Xyz monster, which is a while ago now. But it's just like there's so much going on in Yu-Gi-Oh! I love Yu-Gi-Oh! Don't get me wrong, I love it, but it's so hard to keep up with. Like, I stepped away after I went to Nats because I was just like, okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of a break from Yu-Gi-Oh! For now. And I came back and I was just like, what the fuck is going on?
Man,
It's been like 2 months.
you see after like 5Bs and you had, all those like tuner and synchros. After that, I stopped and I came back and I'm like, okay, I don't know what none of these cards are. Like,
The most confusing for me, to be honest, was pendulums.
yeah, see, I didn't even, yeah,
The
didn't even get there.
spells slash monster cards.
Mm-hmm.
They were. It's just a common joke in the Yu-Gi-Oh community that like, what the fuck do these cards do? It's a spell and a monster card. That makes no sense. That's just in like old head Yu-Gi-Oh, like that's just like a common trope that like current players use to make fun of old heads and stuff. Like,
Well, yeah, because we had so many cards that like if you like spells and traps that turned into monster cards when you used them. Like,
yeah. Well, we had the Paleozoics, but like nobody played those back when they first came out. They're
you
in
had
Duel
that
Links
freaking
now, so like
yeah.
they're
You had
common.
that trap card that was like
Oh
I
yeah.
forgot what the name of it was, and it had like 3,000 defense. Like
Yeah, I know what you're
yeah,
talking about.
yeah,
They had one in the original series as well. Not like Dual Kingdom or whatever, the one where he fights Pegasus, but Kaiba's tournament.
yeah.
Either I think it was either Merrick or no, Odeon had it. He had a trap card that turned into a monster. The guy who pretended to be Merrick and pretended to summon a fake copy of the Winged Dragon of Ra and died because of it or whatever.
Yeah, man.
Wait, doesn't he die in the original? Isn't that what happens in the original? And Four Kids made it so he didn't die.
Wasn't he in like a coma? I think he did die. Like did die though because he got hit with electricity.
He literally got hit by a lightning bolt. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think he did die. I think they said he was just asleep or in a coma or something like that. But then he woke up, so it's like,
Yeah. I don't know. Something I've gone back and forth on, like with Yu-Gi-Oh lately. Not lately, but since being an adult, I guess, is Pokemon. I don't know.
I still play Pokemon to this day.
Yeah, I do too. I got Sword and Shield. And I mean, to anyone who hasn't played it, I mean, I'd say give it a try. You have a Switch at home. You want to borrow my copy, Liam?
I mean, I haven't beaten a Pokemon since Fire Red, so
Fire Red. Oh my god.
Damn.
Liam, you want to know something really cool?
What?
They came out with a procedurally generated randomizer of Pokemon Fire Red. Someone made a ROM and a mod of it, and it came out last year in September, and I want to play it. It's so cool.
That would be good for stream, I think.
They added all of the new Pokemon in it, like, and if you randomize it, all of the gym leaders have random Pokemon. So like,
Crazy.
you fight them and like Brock could have a Gyarados.
Oh, what?
Yes, dude, it's wild. I really want to
I'm
play
sure
it.
that must be really hard.
Oh yeah, no, it's called Radical Red, and it's made in like the image of a game called Emerald Kaizo, which is Pokemon Emerald, but like actually hard.
Really, really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did a challenge for Emerald on the channel. That was a fun series that we did. We gotta go back to Emerald. Yeah, I gotta go back at some point here. We gotta catch Rayquaza, the Reggies and shit. I completely forgot about that. We gotta do that. What was our Swampert's name, Liam? You named him.
I can't remember. That was months ago, man.
I know.
But, no, I think the only Pokemon game at this point I'd be interested in playing would be like Black or White, because I've heard those are the most standout.
Those are so good.
Really? I was not feeling Black and White.
Really? The ending of Black and White, like I'm not gonna spoil it, but the ending was so different than all the other Pokemon games that I loved it so much.
I didn't like the Pokemon. I didn't like the team, like the bad team. I thought that was just corny and low key appropriation, just a little bit. You know what I mean? I was just like, I'm not really feeling it.
I don't know. They were kind of weird. How like their main guy was like, "Oh, Pokemon deserve to be free," and then like the entire team was abusing and using Pokemon.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
right.
that was kind of weird that they did that, but well,
right.
Corporations are corrupt.
Yeah. Pokemon lost me when they thought an ice cream cone was a good idea for a Pokemon.
Okay, fair enough, but some of the Pokemon in that game, bro, are so fucking cool. Like Hydreigon is from that game.
Yeah, no, I love dragons. So all the dragon Pokemon I was here for. I was like, yeah.
Volcarona, the fire bug type. Like what? That's the best typing ever for me. Like I love that.
Also the trash one.
Oh, Trubbish. That's from Diamond and Pearl. To be fair. And I hate that Pokemon so fucking much.
I don't like Trubbish.
They gave him a whole episode in the anime, bro. Like he got a whole damn episode completely focused around. It's like, what? Why? And there were like cool Pokemon from that era that they didn't give any sort of screen time, but they gave an entire episode to the fucking trash bag. What?
Yeah, it did not make sense.
Oh my god.
They're right. I think this is running out of
Probably
ideas.
popular in Japan or something.
Maybe.
Right,
You could be right. That's a fair point.
I mean, why would they keep adding those kind of Pokemon? We don't like them over here in the West. They always get made fun of.
They're just running out
They
of
must
ideas.
think it's like funny or something.
Maybe.
They're running out of ideas, man.
I think that's part of it, but I think you might be right, Liam. That might be something that is received better by the Japanese public than by us, because they every once in a while they add one where it's just like, what the fuck, like Klefki. Like Klefki's cool, but it's just a ring of keys. Like what?
Yeah, fairy types threw me. I was just like,
they fucked everything up.
and then they changed some of the normal type Pokemon to fairies, and then fairies
that was
can beat
weird.
Dragons that can't affect fairies. The only thing that can beat a fairy is steel and poison. It's like, well, who's carrying steel and poison Pokemon like that?
Well, in Black and White, I objectively picked a steel type Pokemon. I picked Bisharp because he was fucking dope.
Bisharp.
He was
Yeah,
dope.
I like Bisharp. Yeah. Right. I like Bisharp.
Yeah.
But fairies just messed everything up because it's like fairies can beat everything, and not many things can beat it, and it's like
I
was like dragons.
have to go to the bathroom.
like dragons all over again.
So I will be right back.
Alright.
I will cut this part out unless you guys want to have a conversation. All right, be right back.
Oh.
All right, just had to put a clap in. All right, so we were talking about Pokemon.
Yeah.
I hate.
And how they're running out of ideas.
I think they've had a resurgence lately of like ideas. Definitely. I don't know. The starters sucked for Sword and Shield, but the rest of the Pokemon in it were pretty cool.
Really? I liked. Well, I liked.
I really.
I like the.
like them.
I like the fire. I like the fire. Fire type more.
Reboot.
Yeah, I liked. I like their special moves. Like they have their little special moves. I like that aspect of it, but
I'm gonna be real with you.
Yeah, no, I wasn't really feeling it.
I never used my starter in
Really?
in Sword and Shield. I got it, caught a different Pokemon, and used that one instead.
What?
Mm-hmm.
What starter did you pick?
I picked the fire one.
What that was the best one. That's crazy. That was the best one.
It's still sitting in my PC, unleveled up. I
don't even want to give it a chance.
I loved Toxtricity. The
no,
poison
I like
electric. Oh my god, he was so cool. But no, not really, to be honest. I mean, I was like, you know what? This starter's getting me bummed about the game because I don't really like it. I'm not gonna use them. I'm gonna pick other Pokemon that I think are cool and enjoy them, and that'll make me love this game. And that's what happened. So like I went about it like with like I'm gonna ignore the fact that I don't like the starters of this game.
Wow. I love. Well, again, I like the fire one. I like the water one's special move. I didn't like the grass one at all.
You didn't like Grookey? Grookey is the one I like the most.
No, I cannot stand the. No, that was trash.
I loved Grookey.
Oh, no.
Just because he was a monkey with a stick. I mean, I just
glorified Donkey Kong. Come on, man. Nah,
I mean, yeah. When he grows up, he is just an ape with a gorilla, which is what not with a gorilla, an ape with a bongo drum, which is. I mean, that's one of Donkey Kong's tropes. So kinda, yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I've been. I don't know what it is with video games since I've gotten older, but I never used to get super hyped about video games when I was younger. Like
really?
No, I never really paid attention to video games being released when I was younger, and I would just pick up games that I thought looked cool, and then I'd fall in love with them even if they weren't really that popular. But nowadays, like I'll get hyped up about video games, like tons of them, like Cyberpunk. I got super hyped up for that.
You got super disappointed.
I mean, I still had a lot of fun with it because like I was streaming it and like Liam, you're a god. Like picking those clips out, like the glitches I ran into were so much fun and funny. Like they legitimately made me laugh. But the part about Cyberpunk, honestly, that ruined it for me was the fact that when I found a katana, the weapon I'd been wanting to use since the beginning of the game, it literally broke the game. Like I never died anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had no struggle. I fought a boss with a katana and literally just sat there wailing on her on stream, and I had no trouble. Like it was like, oh okay.
Yeah, Cyberpunk was pretty half-baked.
But like, and then I hate it that like I see all these other people who are like, oh no, this game's fun. Like this game's great. Blah 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 blah. Not with Cyberpunk, but with like, especially with this one, Final Fantasy VII Remake. All these people loved it and loved it, and I was like, this is just a shipping fest. That's all this game is. It's just.
It wasn't even the full game.
No,
right?
no, and that's what I was expecting.
Just the worst part of the game.
The beginning is literally the worst part.
Like once you get out of Midgar, Final Fantasy VII is amazing, but I never liked Midgar whenever I've played through 7.
It's just, and it frustrated me so much how much they focused on just like Cloud's relationships with women. Like that, I swear that's half the footage I see. And like when I was playing it, like it, the
It's a
girl,
very horny game.
it is a very horny game. Like what the, it's so annoying. Like I played it for a
Yeah.
little bit, and then I was just like, I'm kind of done. Like, and then went back to it, and then I finished it, but like I was like, like I'm just disappointed, and like I was super hyped for that game. The combat was cool as hell, but like then like the rest of it, like the story, which was like the cool part of Final Fantasy for me, was just like, oh. So you're telling the story, but like half of it is just Cloud, like getting flirted with by women. And it's like, okay,
Yeah.
thanks.
I was gonna get it, and I was just like, it's not even a full game. Do I really want it? Like,
Yeah.
eh.
They're also supposedly changing the story too.
They are.
So it's not Final Fantasy VII remake. It's like Final Fantasy VII make, where it's like a reimagining.
Final Fantasy VII retcon.
Hmm.
Because Nomura can't just remake a game.
Why would he, man? You
Apparently
literally.
they're gonna remake a lot of them too. They're gonna remake like, oh, which one they said they're gonna remake next? I don't even remember. Was it 10?
10 would be cool if they didn't do what they did. All I wanted with Final Fantasy VII remake was same combat system and just better graphics. Exact same thing with just that's all I wanted. And that we didn't get that.
Yeah.
And, better graphics and voice acting, actually. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted out of it.
Right.
And we technically got that, but it wasn't.
Gotta have a heck of a lot more.
Yeah.
It's just gonna take like a million years for it to come out.
Mm-hmm. Maybe they'll finish it, or it did well, so maybe I'll play through all of it when it's finally completely published, or like released. That's just it's kind of how I've been feeling about video games lately. Like I get hyped up for them, and then it's just like,
Everything's disappointing. Yeah.
Well,
that's why I kind of don't get hyped about games anymore. After things like No Man's Sky, where they just came out, where just a
I'm hyped for the PS5. New releases. Like I wanted to get Miles Morales. I want to get the Hogwarts one. I want to get the remake of
Demon Souls.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there's a game that like I wasn't hyped for that came out that I was like I have now put 100 hours into in a week and a half. Monster Hunter World. Like I've never played Monster Hunter World before, and like back when I first started playing it, like when it released, my buddy T got me into it, and I played the shit out of it and beat it, and then like I was like, oh, I guess that's it. I didn't know that there was a bunch of shit after with like, oh, these monsters are arc tempered and they're way harder and like blah 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 blah. I didn't know about any of that. I just thought I was done. And then they released Iceborne, and now I'm back in it, and I'm just like, oh, I'm addicted. I'm like actually addicted.
Monster Hunter World is
I
really
never
good.
played it. Yeah, I never played it.
If you like Dark Souls and Demon Souls, and that's a game you want to play, I'd give it a try. It's so much fun, dude. And the designs and stuff are so cool for like the monsters, and the music is just so good.
See, I gave up Dark Souls after Bloodborne. I was like, you know what? No, I'm good.
Bloodborne is hard, dude.
Yeah, after
They're
Bloodborne,
all
I
hard,
was
man.
like, I'm
Like
yeah,
Dark Souls is hard.
Dark Souls 2 was God.
Dark Souls
so
2
many-
is just frustrating.
Yes.
Oh, so many nightmares, man. This is giving me flashbacks. That game was so
Yeah.
stupid.
The best part about Monster Hunter, though, Cell, is like it's set up to be multiplayer. Like it's meant to be played with other people. Like you can for sure play it on your own if you really want to, and I do that because I'm a psychopath and like to fight monsters on my own. But like it's meant to be played with like other people, and like that's what's so great about it. You can hop in Discord, like me and Liam do it with another one of our buddies, and like just shoot the shit and play Monster Hunter, and it's like, oh, this is fun because we're just hanging out and then also playing a game, like, and like I don't know, it's just so much. I'm saying like so much. It's so much fun because I started off by myself, like, God, just playing it. I can hear myself doing it over and over again, and I hate it. It's a time, it's a space filler. I gotta get
podcast.
I gotta stop doing that with the space fillers. There's another one, but it's just so much fun with playing with your buddy and just hanging out, talking while you're beating up a giant monster, like, and like bringing more people into the game. Like, oh my God, bring more people into the game and fighting the monster with them. Technically makes it easier with 2 people and 4. 3, it's a little bit different because it's not, they don't optimize it for 3 people for some reason.
Yeah.
Probably because that's just a less common number of people to be playing it, would be my guess. But 2 and 4, 4 is the max amount of people that can be in one quest. But 2 and 4 are really fun to play with. I'm trying to stop myself. Can you hear it? Just sitting there shooting the shit with your buddy, playing the game, like I hate it. Oh my God. Liam, have either of you ever had this happen where you realize how much you're like using a space filler and then it makes you mad and you try to stop using it?
Yeah.
And without that space filler, it's harder to think because you're thinking about that and not using it as well. It's frustrating.
Yeah.
But no, besides the point. If you liked those games like Dark Souls and stuff like that to a certain extent, they aren't really set up for multiplayer. You can do multiplayer in Dark Souls. It's kind of frustrating unless you're playing like the remake. But
yeah,
with Monster Hunter, you post a quest and your buddies can join it, and they're with you from the beginning to the end. It's not they join up when finally you're fighting the boss or in a specific area. And I love Dark Souls. I adore Dark Souls, but they are so shit with co-op. Like they are.
Yeah.
They don't understand how co-op works. They're pretty
Not
good.
at all.
They're pretty good with how they set up the PvP for the game. I'll be real.
It's really easy to PvP people.
Yeah.
Co-oping with your friends is a nightmare.
That's makes no sense to me. That's the problem. PvP is so easy. You can just crush an orb and it'll send you into someone's world. Like you're going. But setting up with your friends, like you have to wait at a specific area, see if you can find your buddy's little scrying thing on the ground, and it's just
It's not that bad though. You get used to it.
I'm sure.
But Monster Hunter's way easier to get that done.
Oh yeah. You're probably the most experienced of the two of us in that, Liam, because you recently played through Dark Souls with a buddy of yours.
Yeah, I did Dark Souls co-op because I'm not good enough at games to do it by myself.
Oh God, I cannot play Dark Souls again. No.
It's I thankfully was playing with someone who had an encyclopedic knowledge of the game, so that helped out a lot.
And then there's me, who's new game plus the game 14 times. I could definitely go back and play Dark Souls again, and I'd be happy to do it.
No. Can't do it.
I adore that game. But I also play it very unga bunga, as Liam knows. So what I do is I last time I did it, I tried to speedrun it. So you know the first Black Knight you see, who's under the bridge in the little beginning town? He's got the giant Black Knight greatsword or whatever, and he's protecting an item behind him. So what I do is I go get the ZY hander from the graveyard, level up as much as I possibly can with my strength so that I can wield the ZY hander, kill that Black Knight, and hope he drops his sword. And then I get that sword, and then I only need to level up a couple more times to be able to use it. And then I just run around smacking the shit out of things with my sword and my high strength and doing a lot of damage, but then also being a glass cannon and having no health. So if I get hit, I'm screwed. So I have the stats besides strength of like a guy who's using magic, but I'm up in people's faces attacking them. Yeah. That I figured that out, I think, very early in my years of playing Dark Souls. Like I just happened to beat that guy early on in the game when I first got it, and he just happened to drop that item. I got lucky, and I picked it up, and I was like, oh, I can't use this yet, whatever. And I never used it until I had enough strength to use it, which was late game by that point because I wasn't focusing on it, and I didn't know how the stat system or weapon system worked because I was like 14 or 15, so I didn't give a shit. But it's just, and then I started using it, and I was like, oh, I have like one of the best weapons in the game, and I've just been ignoring it.
Yeah, the weapon system for Bloodborne and Dark Souls, like, it took me a while for Bloodborne and all the Dark Souls to, like, figure out and get used to. Like, it was confusing to me.
Bloodborne gets confusing because I either your gun's gonna do damage, like good damage, or it's not.
You're right.
You gotta decide you're gonna have your gun do damage or not, like at the beginning, because if you don't start putting points into it right away, it's never gonna do damage.
Right.
And the weapons were really cool. I like how the weapons change in Bloodborne. Like almost I think every weapon has two forms, and I just loved that. I thought it was so cool. Just like so unique for me. I was freaking out, like, whoa, the sword turns into a giant hammer. That's crazy. Whoa, this sword turns into a bigger sword. This is freaking out and loving it because a new thing basically. There wasn't anything like specifically cool about it specifically to me, but I just loved the fact that it was a new thing in a Souls game. I don't know. We've been going for.
Did you play that new one?
Oh, which one? Sekiro?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
Sekiro.
I didn't even try. I didn't even try because I heard it was so difficult.
Sekiro. You want to talk about a hard Souls game? Oh my god. Liam, you'd love this game because you love parrying. And this game is all parry.
Everything I've seen of Sekiro, it just looks insanely hard.
It's so hard.
Though if I can just play it like a rhythm game, then I'm good.
You can. You just have to learn the rhythm of every enemy.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I'm playing through Breath of the Wild again. And just like walking around Hyrule Field, I now know the parry timing for the lasers.
Oh, really?
So, oh yeah, so they'll just like run up to me and I'll just shield parry it, launch the laser back into them, and they'll just explode. The hardest enemy in the game is like not a problem.
I wish I knew how to do that. I hated that part of the game. I legit hate that enemy. Such an annoying enemy.
Yeah.
You've been playing
a lot. It's annoying if you fight it normally.
Yeah. You've been playing a lot of Breath of the Wild lately.
Yeah.
How are you liking it overall since picking it back up with enhancements, we'll call it?
It's like, having played through a lot of Zelda again, I can see why Breath of the Wild is the way it is. And I think if they make some changes, Breath of the Wild 2 could be really, really good. But as it is, I'm still not crazy about Breath of the Wild compared to like Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time.
That was the best one.
Yeah, we're I agree with Liam on that. We're on the same page of like Breath of the Wild is a good game, but it's not a good Zelda game.
Right.
And me and him we've both been on a huge Zelda kick the last year. I
Oh yeah, I don't think I've
You
played
more
more
than me.
Ocarina of Time than this last year.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real. I think I've played it more this last year than my entire life. Yeah, I've played it so
Just like,
much.
the randomizer and
Oh,
learning how to do the different texts and stuff.
the randomizer was so fun. I still go back every once in a while. We had a lot of fun with that, where we just hop on calls and you know just do a randomizer and hang out.
Yeah.
Have you? I think I've talked in the Twitter chat about it. So the
No,
Ocarina of Time randomizer, have I not?
no, I don't think so.
So what it is that it's the original Ocarina of Time, but they just randomize all the items and the songs. So like
Mm.
the hammer or the iron boots, where they're supposed to be, they can show up anywhere else on the map, like in a random chest, like even in like the mini games and stuff. But it's always laid out so that you can beat it. Like it's got like a level of logic to it. Like, oh, you got this, so you're supposed to go here next and find this next thing that's going to lead you through this other part of this, and yada yada yada. So it's got this whole
It's
logic
like
thing. Go ahead.
uh the all the there's a bunch of hints on the, what are those called? The
Gossip
Sheikah
stones.
Stone. Yeah.
Mm.
They give you hints like, oh, they'll say like, Princess Zelda is on the way of the hero, which means that's where you get a key item. So if you go to Princess Zelda and the song you get from Impa is like Serenade of Water, that could tell you like, oh, since that was way of the hero, that means I need to do the water temple to find a good item.
Yeah, you explained that much better than I
Hmm.
did. It's a lot of fun and it's free if you want to try it out too. Anyone out there,
Yeah.
it's
Hold on. Nintendo would not be
No.
happy about
I
promoting.
I mean
We're,
just
this is all happening on my Nintendo 64. I'm just tilting the cartridge a little bit so that all the items go randomly. It's
yeah,
a glitch.
it's a
Don't worry,
glitch.
Nintendo.
It's a
We aren't
major
downloading
glitch.
ROMs or anything.
Nope. But I, I think the best way we've described it, both me and Liam, for me personally,
Mm.
is like it was like experiencing the game again for the first time almost, like about as close as you can get to that.
Yeah.
It was just so awesome. It just felt new, and it's so cool to go back to an old game like that and feel that way about it. It was a very unique experience in gaming for me, to be truthful.
Yeah, I haven't played that one in so long. I have Breath of the Wild, have not freaking touched it yet. Have not even opened it
Breath of the
since I got
Wild,
it. And
Really?
I'm just like, yeah.
huh?
It's
Well,
worth it.
it's
I,
worth.
I think it's fun.
Yeah, it's worth playing. It's not my favorite Zelda. I'm not gonna bash it here and tell you don't play it, but it's worth playing. It's not my favorite. A
Mm.
lot of people really like it. I don't quite see how some people can now call it their favorite Zelda, but it's a game that's worth playing. Absolutely.
You know, so many people were saying it was like the best Zelda game. I'm just like,
Mm,
I don't know about that one, Chief.
exactly. I'm exactly. There's been too many good Zelda games for that one to be the best. The best way I can
Hmm.
describe it is like if you threw Link in Skyrim, but all of the dungeons were ways to get your health up. So instead of like a
Mm.
cool item at the end of each dungeon, it's a way to get your health or stamina up.
Mm. Yeah, well.
it's they There's a lot of complaints I have about that game, but I'm just gonna keep them to myself because I don't want to. When you do finally play it, I don't want to taint your experience. I want
Yeah.
because I know how that feels. Where like you go into it hearing a bunch of opinions about it, and it's just like, oh well, am I supposed to like this? Am I supposed to not like this? Yeah.
That's why I didn't get freaking Sekiro or whatever it's called. I was like, nope, heard too many bad things. I'm good.
It's so hard. it's it's not a game for everyone. I will say that right now. It's just not. It's too hard to be for everyone. It puts the other Souls games to shame in difficulty spikes. Like
Yeah, see. I was already pulling my hair out with freaking Dark Souls 2 and Bloodborne. I do not need.
Bloodborne, I would say is the second hardest.
Mm.
Absolutely.
Oh, Bloodborne, yeah. The beginning of Bloodborne is just so brutal.
Yeah, but what? It is terrible. Oh, I hate it.
Like that open with all of the enemies, and each time you
Oh.
die, you have to go through that gauntlet again and
Oh my
again.
god, I know what you're.
Mhm.
I remember my first time playing that. I had that
That was my
exact same
first
feeling.
experience with any Souls-like game, and it was somehow I toughed through it and I beat Gascoigne, but like
This guy
I
beat
hate the beginning area.
Gascoigne like second try, but couldn't beat the cleric beast, which makes no sense to me. Gascoigne is so much harder.
Yeah, I still can't do Cleric Beast. Just that arena's too small. I keep dying.
Gascoigne was like hard for me when I first played that game. Cleric beast, it was like whatever. But I guess I've played Dark Souls games in the past, so big monsters, small areas, like a common thing with those.
I kind of feel like I cheated with Gascoigne though. I figured out the timing to like shoot him and get a uh whatever, like the strong attack off on
That
him.
that's not cheating. That's just learning the game. Hey, that's I would say that means you're even better than me at that fight. To be honest, I've beaten him plenty of times, but I still can't get that timing well.
Mm.
But that speaks to the fact that you love parrying in Dark Souls, Liam, and
Yeah, that's true.
I don't even know how to do it.
Yeah, next time I play Dark Souls 1, it's just gonna be circle strafe parry.
Yeah. You found your love for Dark Souls and parrying, and I love that it's different than how I play. I love to see people play differently than I do, because I always think like after the first time playing through, my way of playing it is so goddamn boring. Like I have fun with it, but I can't see anyone else having fun with it. Cause like I just go around and smack things and they die. Like there's no strategy or anything. It's dodge and look for an opening possibly to hit, and then do that again for 2 minutes because your swing is so slow. And like it like levels out because I do so much damage, but like I can't see the average person having fun with the way I play Dark Souls. Because it's yeah. I love watching with games like Dark Souls, Monster Hunter, Bloodborne, Sekiro, those stupid hard games where you're like you're struggling to just beat a boss the entire time. You go online and you can watch these people who are just absolute masters at the game just decimate these bosses, and it's just so cool to see how technically good they are at the game. It's crazy to see. Like,
that's how I feel about people watching people play Smash.
oh my
It's
god.
like you got the people like the average people, and you see like people in the tournaments, and it's like, oh yeah, there's levels to Smash.
Oh my god. If we're gonna talk about like skill caps of games, like I think Smash has got one of the bigger ones. Like they're for like how
Crazy.
simple the move sets are in Smash. There's no like actual combos in Smash. Like you can make combos yourself. You're not like pressing left A, down A, up B, blah 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 like in Street Fighter. Like
Yeah.
you're you're looking for an opening, maybe stringing together 3 hits and calling it good in Smash. Like that's a good that's a good combo in
Yeah.
Smash. You got 3 hits off. Wow, damn, your opponent's fucked. Especially if one of them was a
Right.
smash move. Oh, good luck.
Oh. Yeah.
I don't know.
Mhm.
Smash is crazy to watch, especially if you go to Melee and watch like the guys
Yeah,
who've been playing
those. Yeah,
Melee
those
since
people.
Oh my god,
since
they're
it came
so
out.
like Melee is just so competitive. It's
Very.
insane.
You Melee players are like different breeds of people. They'll go to airports, or not go to airports. They'll go on eBay and buy old airport monitors because they have zero input lag to play Smash Bros. Melee on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Y'all are weird. I don't know. It's the fact that that one's still popular is crazy. I mean, they made a good game, like obviously.
Yeah.
I really like Ultimate. I think Ultimate's cool just for the
Yeah, no, definitely, yeah.
just
Same.
for the spectacle of it, like of having all those characters. I like it. And I don't know, finally adding Banjo. I'm hoping we get like another crazy ad like that, like with like Crash Bandicoot or something. That'd be so cool. Like Crash or Dante. Dante would be really cool. Oh my god.
I know it's holding out for Gino for a while, but
I know.
with the recent Mii costumes.
I mean, everyone's still holding out for Waluigi someday. I think we talked about this last podcast, Liam.
Yeah, that's never gonna happen. I probably said that last podcast too, but
I know you did.
Waluigi's never come to Smash.
Yeah, we want him real bad, but I don't think we're ever gonna get him. And it's a shame. I don't know. In general, Smash is just it's one of those games where like they can just keep coming out with them and they'll never really get old. I don't think, because like they put a considerable amount of effort into each one to make it at least in a significant amount different than the last. I think, like with Brawl. Oh boy, Melee to Brawl. That was a big difference, and a lot of people hated Brawl.
That was the one for the Wii, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you got
Yeah.
Smash Bros. Wii U, and like everybody was like, okay, Smash Bros. Is good again. And then you got Ultimate.
I love Brawl, honestly, but
I liked Brawl, too.
I played more single player.
Oh.
I liked the Subspace Emissary.
Yeah, I like the story mode for Brawl. That's what got me into That's what got me into playing that. I never played it like online with other people.
I just like the fact that it was another Smash game. I never really complained about tripping or whatever because I didn't care about competitiveness of it.
Mm-hmm.
I just like playing the game.
I'm not competitive when I play Smash.
Nope.
But a lot of my friends who play a lot of Smash are super competitive.
Oh yeah. Evan, our boy.
Yeah.
Evan's so good at Smash, bro.
He's very good.
Evan's
He's very good, and I cannot even like compete.
Evan's so good at any fighting game. He's good to the point where it's like, I don't really want to play a fighting game with you, bro. He's that good at fighting games.
He's just really good at games in general.
Yeah.
Like he breezes through stuff that like is near impossible for me, or straight up impossible.
Yeah. Evan's just pretty good at games in general.
That's how I feel when my boy that plays freaking Smash. Like I played him, and he whooped my ass using Peach, and I was so upset.
Peach is annoying.
Just flying around the entire time. I'm just like, you know what?
Peach is an annoying character to fight, though. To be fair.
Oh yeah, very.
She is hard to beat if the person playing her is good. I don't know. There's the character I say I don't know a lot too. I just realized that the character I like playing the most currently is Little Mac. Just because like everybody hates him and they're like, "Oh, he's got no recovery," but it's like, but he does so much damage. Everything he does is like 10% minimum.
Yeah.
So
Very
I get a
glass cannon.
I get one hit on you and you're screwed. I always pick characters with shit recovery. I play Little Mac, Incineroar, and I used to play Charizard back when he was a solo character, not on fucking Pokemon Trainer. I don't like Pokemon Trainer. I like just playing as Charizard.
I use Marth and I use Lucario.
I'll play Ike as well. I used to do
I
Crom.
like Ike too. I like Ike too.
But lately, ever
Ike was
ever since getting it on Switch, I don't like Crom. Ever since getting it on Switch, ugh.
I always said Captain Falcon or Ness.
Captain Falcon
Oh
is so much
God,
fun.
Captain Falcon, bro.
He was so cool in like
Oh, Falcon!
Melee.
That was just raw.
It's so cool. Landing one of those on someone feels
Oh
so
yeah,
good.
getting a Falcon
Oh,
punch off.
man.
It
It's
feels so
amazing.
good. It's like they have no comeback from that. Like they just got hit by a Falcon punch. If they're above 20% health, they're dead.
Mm-hmm.
Just see, I remember a while back, I looked up just compilation of people getting hit by Falcon punch in tournaments, and it's just screaming every time it
It's just
happens.
demoralizing.
It
It's just
just people
demoralizing. For
people
real.
just scream every time it happens. It's like, oh, because it's got a slow charge up, so
Mhm.
it's
Oh, you know it's coming.
exactly that's
Right.
why.
And if you're
that's
heading
why
towards it, there's nothing you can do.
it's why it's so
Mhm.
demoralizing getting hit by it, because you knew it was coming and you didn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
You have no one to blame but yourself.
Right.
We've been going for a while. I think we're good. That's about an hour and a half. It's a good
Nice,
podcast
nice.
so far. Well, Sel, thank you so much for coming on. Liam,
Yeah, no problem.
thank you for, as always, being my co-host with things. It
Indeed.
is much stealing my thing. I say indeed all the damn time whenever like it's just like my neutral good thing, like, oh, I got a raise today at work, or not that's not a good example. Like, what's a good example? Damn it, now my mind is blanking. Oh, that was a good mission. Indeed. Like, I'll just do that. But yeah, no, this has been a good podcast. Sal, seriously, man. I've been saying this since I joined your chat, and like I started up Twitch. I want to have you on stuff when I start doing it, like when I start getting the
Hey.
feel for it. So I'm glad I could finally get you on.
Hey, I appreciate you thinking about me. You know.
Of course, man. All right, well, I hope you all have a good day, and
Yeah, you too.
bye-bye, everyone.